Hi, this is Thierry Samlal from PMML. Today we'll look at the Montreal downtown market. What is the status of the market, multifamily speaking wise? What are the influences right now that are taking place on that market? Who are the buyers? Who are the sellers? Let's look at the market together today. So first of all, we have to limit the downtown Montreal. So on the western part of Montreal, for those who know Montreal, we'll stop it off by the Atwater Boulevard. On the right-hand side, on the eastern side of the Montreal, we're talking approximately the Jacques-Cartier Bridge. To the north, Pine Avenue, which is the mountain, the Mount Royal Park, basically. And to the south, we're talking about the St. Lawrence River or Old Montreal. So I would like to talk to you about 4 transactions that took place, 2 in the Golden Mile. 2 of those transactions, the Golden Mile is close to the Peel metro station. It's also close to McGill University, northern part of downtown Montreal, close to the mountain. So it's definitely a lifestyle spot that you want if you're an investor, and if that you're going to be looking at if you want to reposition some asset. So 2 transactions. First one took place on the northern side of the Golden Mile, so close to the Peel Metro. We're talking about a 30-story high building, of course concrete, 204 units in that building, 1965 construction. When we're taking that sale and we're breaking it down, we're seeing that that transaction took place close to $500,000 per door for an asset to be repositioned. Gives you a good idea of the Montreal market in that area. The building itself, the first floors are commercial, the rest is multi-res. The seller is based in different estates, a group of estates based in Montreal. And the buyer is an Ontario-based buyer. That has him and his partners are specialized in the repositioning of assets, notably in the commercial field, but now they're picking up this asset, which they're definitely going to be, I'm guessing, a repositioning inside and out to be able to go get the maximum of value. So very interesting purchase. The second one, this one took place on the southern part of the Golden Mile. So René Lévesque Boulevard, for those who know Montreal, for those who haven't been here for a while, we're talking about Dorchester Boulevard in the downtown quarter of Montreal. 15-story high building. This one was purpose-built for a REIT, and it was 2018 construction, concrete building close to the Guy Concordia metro station, so close to Concordia University. The purchaser, of course, is a REIT, but that specialized in luxury apartments. The contractor that sold it to him is specialized in condominiums, but also in hotels. So we have a good idea on how this asset was positioned, probably to go pick up a lot of clientele from the Concordia University. So that's a western part of Montreal. We're seeing that the downtown core right now is extending to the southwest through Griffintown, which is a more or less a residential area close to the Bonaventure Hotel, for those who know, the Bonaventure Congress Center also, for those who know Montreal. So very, very close to downtown, walking distance to the Old Port, close to the Lachine Canal. That district is being redeveloped, but right now we have another district that's being redeveloped close to the Jacques-Cartier Bridge, which is more towards the French Quarter, at the limits of downtown Montreal, close to the Molson Brewery. By the way, that site has been sold and being redeveloped. You also have Radio-Canada site that's being redeveloped right now, and Prevel, which is a local contractor, which is also redeveloping close to the Jacques-Cartier Bridge, some space that has been vacant for quite a while now. And then those assets that are being redeveloped right now are going to be mixed-use assets. So we're mixing in transportation, commercial, condo, office space, and also multiplex housing. So 2 assets were sold close by, close to the Papineau Metro Station. So it's a district where the rental values are not as high as what we'll see in the West. To give you an idea, right now in one of those assets that was built in 2017, which basically is an 8-story asset, 102 doors, sold for about $290,000 per door with an outside pool, a terrace, etc. So your standard asset. That is going for a rental value of approximately $2.40 to $2.55 per square foot. But by the simple fact that we have a redevelopment that's important redevelopment that's taking place around that area, we're going to see some multiplexes being sold definitely in that area. If you're a buyer, that's a good place to be looking at right now. To give you an idea, the seller is a condo build specialist. He builds condos for a living. And the buyer is a local family that is very well developed in commercial real estate in Montreal, but now is branched off into multi-res also. So a very interesting asset that's going to be repositioned. Then we have another one very close to the Papineau Metro Station, right in front of it, concrete construction, 1977 of age, 13 stories high, 105 units, which is a mid-scale asset for that part of Montreal, basically. And that sold for close to $205,000 per door with a definite repositioning needed as far as aesthetics on the outside, inside and out. But definitely is going to be worth it over time. It's an investment fund that purchased the acquisition division of an equity fund in North America, which is very well known. And interesting enough that they decided to choose Montreal to purchase that asset instead of another province or another state. So definitely they're seeing the value add that they could give to that asset over time. What's going on in new construction multi-res in Montreal, multifamily? 20% of all of the new builds in the province of Quebec right now are in the greater Montreal area. On those 20%, it's interesting to know that 40% are located in downtown Montreal. So if you're looking to purchase an asset or to reposition something to purchase something else in the future, you're definitely going to be looking at the downtown core as a major purchaser. What's interesting even more is to see that in the last year and a half, we went from about 630 units available, rental units available, new rental units available in the market, to over 2,300, which are being delivered right now. So a definite request for that new build. Of course, right now we're at the ending of COVID. Population of Quebec is being massively vaccinated right now, and we're supposed to be able to relocate immigration that's coming in. A lot of the immigrants have left, have not come into Quebec. As you know, Montreal is a university city. It's a learning city, so we have a lot of students coming in. A lot of the students which have left Class C assets before COVID that are going to be coming back into Montreal. Are they going to be going towards the newer assets at a higher price? More than likely. We're seeing that the rental value in Montreal is going up, but we're also seeing that the vacancy rate right now is high in downtown Montreal for multi-res. We'll look at that a little later on. But what's important to know is that construction of and delivery of new rental units have increased of about 260% in the last year and a half, which is incredible compared to condo, which were about 40%. So it's a drastic increase. So what are we building right now? Well, the large trend, like in the rest of North America, is to have silo investments, meaning basically in one building, you'll have different uses, so mixed use, commercial, office, and then multi-res on top, or you'll have variations of that same type of building with condominiums. You might have multi-res with hotel floors. That's the type of assets that we're seeing right now being built in the Montreal skyline. For example, if you go see the Humanity building, which is one of our major assets that has been built, well, 22 stories out of that asset is reserved to rental property. The rest is condominiums, hotel, office space, and commerce. There's a whole new development close to Jacques-Cartier Bridge also. In that development in 2023, we'll see a drastic amount of multi-res integrated into that horizontal development. We are also redeveloping right now the Montreal Children's Hospital, the old site. We have a major hospital that has moved to another location, and we're right now redeveloping that site with apartments. We have different sites in Montreal also. I'm thinking about a 900 Saint-Jacques building, which is 63 stories high, which is very high for Montreal. It's close to Griffintown, close to the Bonaventure Hotel and Congress Center. In that building, there's going to be 810 units. Out of that, 200 are going to be hotel rooms. So this is what we're seeing in the skyline right now. What's going on with rental value in Montreal? Well, the average studio for downtown Montreal, let's be specific, is about $2.78 per square foot in rental value. In the newer build, it's between $3.04 to $3.65. Those are for studios. The one bedroom are in average are about $2.65 per square foot. And in the newer property, you're between $2.35 to $3 per square foot. The two rooms go from, in the newer property, from $2.20 to $2.99 per square foot. In average, they're at $2.55. The three bedroom, which were mostly rented to several people. So for example, in the student community, a lot of the students were renting three-bedroom apartments to be able to share the costs. Those are going in average for $2.35 per square foot. And the newer build, they're between $2.45 to $2.99, $2.99. And you have a few penthouses, not that many available, but they go for around an average $3 per square foot. In the newer property, we're between $2.75 to $3.25 per square foot. So very interesting to see that we have a rent increase in the whole area of Greater Montreal, but definitely in the downtown core, and definitely a new product that's going to be available on the market. Okay, so what about vacancy rates? According to the CHMC, which is a government organization, paragovernmental organization, when we're looking at buildings between 20 and 49 units in the downtown core, the vacancy rate is about 6%. When you're gravitating to 50 to 99 doors, you're about 9.7, almost 10%. And the buildings that are over 100 doors, you're a little bit over 11% in vacancy. So interesting to see that the vacancy rate is increasing, but the price per square foot is also increasing in newer build. And why is the vacancy rate so high right now in Montreal? Easy enough. Universities are closed. We have a plan in Quebec right now where 75% of the population aged 12 years and above is going to be vaccinated. Then the downtown core is going to be booming back with life. So basically, we're getting to that objective very fast. The universities are supposed to reopen, so we're supposed to be seeing these students coming back in. After that, definitely we have immigration. Immigration is a major issue in Quebec. We have population getting older right now. We need to replace the working population. We have a lot of immigration coming in. Most of those immigrants are very well educated. They have specialties in their business, in their profession. They're going to bring that to Montreal. They also have large amounts of money. So they're definitely going to be seeing these people coming into the Montreal downtown core. They want to be close to activity, and they want to be able to do their development, get the jobs that they need in the downtown core, etc. So that's definitely going to have a major impact. That's why we're building so much right now in Montreal. We know that that population is coming back in. We're going to need to give them units which are well positioned. They're looking for these the newer type units or the renovated units also, and reposition units. Of course, There's going to be room for all kinds of grades of salary-wise, being able to meet different requirements of different future tenants. But most of what's built in Montreal right now is for that purpose. We also have like the older clientele that's going to be looking to reposition right now into newer assets. So that's definitely something that's going to be looked at in Montreal. Of course, the economic activities are going to be picking back up very soon, and tourism is going to be coming back to Montreal. As you know, Montreal is recognized by tourists all over the world for the lifestyle, and the nightlife in Montreal is definitely recognized, the restaurants also. I had several conversations with many different actors on the market right now when we're looking at the assets available in Montreal as far as office space and commercial space to reposition by changing the usages of the properties. Historically, when you're looking at Montreal for the office space, etc., and you're looking at the different classes, the Class A, Class B, Class C assets, Class A is about 10% vacancy. Historically, it was always like that in Montreal. Class B, 17 point, almost 18, almost 20%. Same thing for Class C. So the question is we renewed a lot of leases in Montreal right before COVID and during COVID. Now what's going to happen in a few years? We have a lot of leases coming up to term. Are those assets going to be repositioned? Are the office space users going to be diminishing the number of square feet they're going to be using? Or on the contrary, are they going to be just renting out more space to have more livable space and workable space between the users? That's to be seen, but I could definitely see a few Class C assets being demolished or be integrated into packages of towers being built either on top of them or demolishing and rebuilding a new asset right on the same location. So that's definitely to be looked at. So if you're a buyer, if you're looking to go on the Montreal market right now is a good time to integrate the market. You can contact me at any time if you have questions on the market. Follow us on PMML.tv, on our website, PMML.ca, and also on our new land development site, which is called landdev.ai for artificial intelligence. It's going to be a pleasure for us to answer all of your questions. So on that, Montreal is a good market right now. Definitely something to be, if you're not willing to integrate the market right now, follow it on the short term. Take your decision to integrate this market. It's booming right now. So have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.